Welcome to the channel, guys. Today I want to talk about a part of our criminal justice system that you might not be aware of. So, when it comes to sentencing, right, to get sentenced, they can't just give you any arbitrary number they come up with in terms of years. For every, for every crime is going to carry a certain amount of time. They can only give you so much time for a crime. For example, so that they have basically what's called a low term, a mid-term, and a maximum term. So they have those three options to choose from when they go to sentence you. So, for example, let's just say, for the sake of the video, the crime of shoplifting. Okay, let's just say that shoplifting carries a minimum of 2 years, a midterm of 2 years. Hold on, did I say that right? A low term of 1 year, a midterm of 2 years, and a maximum term of 3 years. So the most they can give you is 3 years, all right? This is just an example. It's not really for shoplifting. I'm just saying. So if you got in trouble for shoplifting, you could be looking at up to 3 years. But likely, you're going to get the low term of 1 year, because usually that's what they do. They try to plea bargain out for something, like that, so they can still get their conviction, and then you get the low term. If you're like a repeat offender, they'll give you the midterm, or like a super repeat offender, they'll give you the maximum. Okay, but what happens if I shoplifted from 10 different stores, or the same place 10 times, and I have 10 counts of shoplifting? So 10 counts of shoplifting, that means what? I could be looking at a minimum of 10 years, a year for each count. Have you guys thought about that? What does the law say on that? So the law says that technically, yes, they can give you whatever they want for each one of those counts, but, and it's a big but it has to be ran concurrently. Concurrent means happening at the same time. So you can get a year for each count, but the most you'll do is 1 year, because all of those counts are being ran concurrent. An alternative to that, if they want to give you more time for whatever reason, well, I can't say for whatever reason. The reason is they like putting people in jail. So if they want to give you more time, in addition to running it concurrent, they can also elect to run it consecutively. Consecutive means one after the other. So, but, and there's another big but here, but if they want to run it consecutive, they can only give you 1/3 of the midterm. Okay? So in my example, the midterm is 2 years. 1/3 of 2 years is 8 months. So you'd get 1 year for the first count, and then 8 months consecutive for the second count, plus another 8 months consecutive for the third count, plus another 8 months consecutive for the fourth count, and so on and so forth till you reach all the counts. So that's what they can do, and they will do it. Now, in that scenario, are they likely going to do it to where that person gets, that's not 10 years, but it's kind of close. For shoplifting, doesn't really add up, right? What they'll typically do is like in that case, they'll probably like drop most of the counts and just have you plead to 1 or 2 of them, something like that. But here's something else to think about. What happens if I have multiple counts of shoplifting in one county, and then multiple counts of shoplifting in a different county, right? How does that work? The law says in that scenario, it's the same thing as the first example. They can only give you 1/3 of the midterm consecutive, or they can give you whatever low, mid, or max concurrent. Okay? So the only thing about that is you can't resolve that in one court hearing, right? Because you have to go to a different county. You literally have to go to that other county to address those charges. And that is a fucking pain in the ass process that a lot of people have to go through, and it really, really sucks. So how that works is, once you're done going back and forth to court in whatever county you got arrested in or whatever, and you get sentenced, you have to wait until you go to prison. And then when you get to prison, you, not anyone else, no one else is going to do it for you, but you have to file on those outstanding charges. if you don't file, then what's going to happen is you're going to serve that sentence that you're doing, and then on your release date, then that county will come and pick you up and then take you there to that jail to go to that court to deal with those charges, right? And so you don't want to do that because it's essentially going to work out to be a consecutive sentence without the third of the midterm benefit, right? Because as far as that court is concerned, you're just now coming to court. They don't care about what happened just now. They don't care that you just did 2 years on counts out of one county. This is this county, and you have to. So what you need to do is you need to file as soon as you get to prison. You file a motion. It's called a motion to demand for trial. It's Penal Code Section 1381. That will make the district attorney respond, and they can decide whether or not to pick you up and proceed moving forward with those charges, which they'll likely do. So you file the 1381 motion. They come pick you up, and then you go to court in that different county and deal with that case. So the clock is ticking on that original sentence you got, right? This is why you want to file, because the clock's ticking on that original sentence. It's all going towards your shit. So now if you go to this county and pick up these other counts of shoplifting that you have, it's only a third of the midterm consecutive, or they can run it concurrent with the sentence you're already doing. So that's what you want to do. It's just a pain in the ass process because, waiting to get sentenced and then go to get shipped off to prison, that takes months. Then you have to file that 1381 once you hit prison. From there, they have 3 months to come and get you. And then they take you out to that county, and you go to that jail. You know what I mean? Like, it sucks getting transferred to jail to jail to jail. Then you have to get arraigned, then you have to get a lawyer, then you have to get the discovery and look at the offense, and then you have to, take the plea deal or whatever you're going to do with the case. It's just very stressful and time consuming. So really, the moral of the story is just don't fucking commit crimes, period. It's not worth it. And especially don't do it in multiple counties, because it's just going to fucking screw you. You're the one that's going to have to pay for it double time in the end. Like, I know people that have had multiple counts of different offenses in multiple counties, and by the time it was all said and done, it took 2 years for them to go to all those different counties and take care of all those outstanding warrants. And so that's how that works. So I thought I'd let you guys know about that. If don't break the law, it's not worth it. I found out the hard way, and I'm here to tell you. Shit ain't cool. Shit ain't cool. Just like a big rig in the fast lane. It ain't cool.